Today I am just going to do a quick product review, a follow-up from a video that I made about a month ago on these zebra pins. So these are recommended by multiple people in the nature journaling community, and after trying this Pilot Fudayaku pin, brush pin, I wanted to try the zebra pins and give them a run for their money. So I did that video, you probably saw it a couple weeks ago, and I tested out all of these different zebra pins and compared them to the Pilot pin that I was already using. And you can see that you can get quite a wide variety of ink marks from these pins. They come in 4 different types, and I already gave away one, but the blue one is the finest, and that's the one that John Muir Laws recommends on his website. You can see the lines from that one right here. So as you can see, you can get really fine lines, almost like a ballpoint pen effect, and then you can get pretty thick ink as well. This is the lines from the pen that I've been using mostly, which is the Pilot Fudayaku pen, and you can see you can get pretty fine lines, but not quite as fine as that blue zebra pen. I was nature journaling one day and teaching, and I gave that blue pen away. I liked it a lot and used it for drawings such as this. You can see these drawings, and I did combine it with watercolor, and it worked pretty well. But I actually feel that I like this Pilot pen better. So I gave the blue pen away to a student, and they were really excited. It's still a good product, but probably not going to be the main pen that I carry. Then next up in size is this gray zebra pen. So you can see the tip is a little bit fatter right there, and that one works quite well. You can see the marks from that one here. It's pretty fat. It's the zebra metallic gray, so it's pretty fat, but you can still look how fine of a line you can get down there. This is the zebra blue. You can see from how fat to how thin. And then the zebra gray is actually gray ink. So this pale colored one right here, if you buy these online, do pay attention to the colors as I describe them here, because there's not always that much clear information about them. So this tip is the same as the blue one, but it's just a different color ink. And I do like a gray ink, and you can see here that's what it looks like. It's a little bit of, I would call it a cooler gray than the Pilot one that I use. My camera's not adjusting. You can see that the Pilot color gray is a little bit warmer there. So all that being said, this is the and then this is the black one. So this is a really fat tip, and I'll show you some of the drawings that I've done with these. I did do a smudge test. So for left-handed people, these zebra pens, if you write with them and then rub your hand over it right away after writing it, it will smudge. So if you draw with your left hand in a way that your hand doesn't come right over it, it's going to be fine, and it will be fine after like 2 or 3 seconds, but immediately after putting it down, it does smudge. So I wanted to put that up there for Wendy and a couple other left-handed people I know are looking for something that works for not smudging and quick drawing. Here you can see a bunch of drawings I did at the airport with the zebra. This is with the zebra blue pen. Worked pretty well for this sort of nature journaling of airplane wings that I did. And I also did some stuff. This is with the bigger one. So I did a couple urban landscapitos. So you can see this is combined with watercolor. Worked quite well. Fun for some gestural stuff. I also used the blue one for lots of writing and note-taking at this workshop. So the zebra blue does work pretty good for writing. I would say it works better for writing than the Pilot pen that I usually use. So now I've been going back to the Pilot, but I just wanted to show you the way that it worked for me with those zebra pens and that I tested them out. Here's also the zebra again with these gestural studies, and this is the gray, so the intermediary size is quite nice. But anyways, after testing those products out, to tell you the truth, I'm going to be going back to this Pilot Fudayaku pen. It has gray on one side, and then it has the black on the other side, and both of these are the same size I love that. I love having it all in one pin, and I do a lot of my drawing. You can see a lot of these landscape ethos I've been doing lately. I use the gray underneath, and then I paint watercolor on top. And what I find is it creates this effect where the ink doesn't really take over the drawing. So you get a lot of the power and subtlety of the watercolor, and you can do writing in the gray also. See, this is all that pilot. This is also the Pilot Fudayaku gray. You can see I make my boxes and my writing all in gray, and then I did some of the illustration work with the black. So what I'm going to do in my kit now, I've tested these zebra pins. I like them, but I'm going to say that for my kit, I just want this pin right here, and if I want anything bigger or bolder, I'll carry one of these, which has a fat tip on it. This is the Pilot again. A different one that has just the same ink on both sides, but fat and skinny. And then if I ever want to get really crazy, I have this. So this is the Pilot brush pen, and like the really big one, and this puts down tons of ink. They can be a little bit dangerous if you take these on the plane. I've used these at high altitude before, and the ink kind of came out, so not totally sure those will work on the plane. I have taken these on the plane and everything worked fine. I haven't tried them at high altitudes yet, but after going on a plane trip, getting back off, they were fine. So anyways, just to sum up, I'm going back to this pin as my main pin. I like those zebra pins and think they're pretty good, but for me, this is going to do the trick. All right, hope that review helped you a little bit so you don't have to waste as much money or time to get the most out of your nature journaling and art journey. Bye.